F1 testing day 4 recap, Raikkonen fastest as Alonso has lap disallowed. F1 testing live updates final standings on day 4. Kimi Raikkonen Ferrari 157 1:17.221 Hypersofts 2. Fernando Alonso McLaren 93 1:17.784 Hypersofts 3. Carlos Sainz Renault 45 1:18,092 Hypersofts 4. Daniel Ricciardo Red Bull 92 1:18.327 Supersofts 5. Romain Grosjean Haas 191 1:18.412 Ultrasofts 6. Valtteri Bottas Mercedes 104 1:18.825 Mediums 7. Brendan Hartley Toro Rosso 156 1:18.949 Hypersofts 8. Esteban Ocon Force India 163 1:18.967 Hypersofts 9. Charles Leclerc Sauber 75 1:19.118 Hypersofts 10. Sergei Sirotkin Williams 105 1:19.189 Softs 11. Lewis Hamilton Mercedes 97 1:19.464 Supersofts 12. Lance Stroll Williams 27 1:19.954 Softs 5 p.m. There's been high drama at the end as Alonso thought he recorded the fastest time with a 1:16.720 but it's scrapped for cutting the chicane. Alonso does finish second though as Raikkonen tops the timesheets on day 4. The Ferrari driver registered a 1:17.221 on Hypersoft tires to record the second fastest time this winter, behind only teammate Sebastian Vettel. 4:30 p.m, McLaren and Fernando Alonso have just produced their best of the day, a 1:19.127. And Alonso improves again, shaving 1/100th of a second off for a 1:19.117 on Ultrasoft tires. 2:55 p.m, the latest total lap count for the 8 days of training we've had so far. Just over 2 hours left of 2018 pre-season testing now. Mercedes 984 laps, Ferrari 886 laps, Toro Rosso 814 laps, Williams 799 laps, Renault 774 laps, Red Bull 762 laps, Sauber 746 laps, Force India 660 laps, Haas 623 laps, McLaren 540 laps. 2:45 p.m, McLaren's Eric Bleer has confirmed that their issue earlier today was directly related to the same fuel problem that dogged them on Tuesday in that they have adjusting the MCL33's cooling systems to combat another problem. Otherwise, Stroll has put in his first time for Williams with a 1:21.318 while Sainz is still a no-show. Time running out for Renault to get some serious laps in, having only done 4 installation laps all day. 2:30 p.m, Leclerc is back out onto the tarmac 5 hours after his drift into the gravel. 2:15 p.m, the track is beginning to get a little more congested as a fair few of the teams send their drivers out. Sirotkin ends with 105 laps and has now swapped over with Stroll. Elsewhere, Sauber are making good progress in the garage and should be back soon after Leclerc's crash this morning. 1:55 p.m, drama. Alonso had just gone second quickest with 1:18.276, but his lap time is ruled out for cutting the chicane. 1:45 p.m, Hartley joins Sirotkin on passing 100 laps. Little else happening in the Spanish sunshine right now though. 1:25 p.m, And there we have it, Sirotkin breaks the 100 barrier. His fastest attempt has been a 1:19.189. Alonso has just gone for 1:19.730. 1:20 p.m., Alonso is back out on track. 5 hours after that suspected oil leak, McLaren have not yet confirmed the issue. The Spaniard returns. Meanwhile, Sirotkin is closing in on 100 laps and has now completed more than any other driver today. Has said to hand over to Stroll at some point soon. 1 p.m, here's Valtteri. Just a few laps down and Bottas has already surpassed teammate Hamilton, and while on mediums too. He crosses the line for a 1:19.001. Williams, Sirotkin and Grosjean of Haas are both out on track and also putting some solid times in. The latter improves on his best but is still over a second behind first place Raikkonen. 12:35 p.m. The latest standings: 1. Raikkonen, Ferrari-66 laps, hypersoft tires, 1:17.221, 2. Grosjean-Haas-81 laps, supersoft tires, 1:18.590, 3. Hartley-Toro Rosso-91 laps, hypersoft tires, 1:18.949, 4. Ocon-Force India-69 laps, hypersoft tires, 1:18.967, 5. Hamilton-Mercedes-97 laps, supersoft tires, 1:19.464, 6. Sirotkin-Williams-80 laps, soft tires, 1:19.996, 7. Ricciardo-Red Bull-47 laps, medium tires, 1:20.275, 8. Leclerc-Sauber-18 laps, soft tires, 1:20.878, 9. Alonso-McLaren-7 laps, no time set, 10. Sainz-Renault-4 laps, no time set. (12:20) Sainz update: the Spaniard will stay out for Renault due to this morning's limited running. 12:15. A solid stint from the world champion, 457 laps in total across his 6 days of testing. Bottas will take his place in the cockpit for the remainder of the afternoon. 12:10 p.m, no official lunch break this afternoon but a quiet track for now. Team changeovers should happen soon. Hamilton will swap for Bottas in the Mercedes and Stroll replaces Sirotkin for Williams. No word on what will happen with Renault. Hülkenberg was due to replace Sainz, but the Spaniard has yet to put a time in due to a gearbox issue. 12 p.m, Mercedes keeping things under wraps until Melbourne, it seems. That's the word from Valtteri Bottas. Has told journalists in a press conference, the one-lap pure pace is a little bit unknown. We've seen some quick times from others but I guess we'll find out in a couple of weeks. His teammate Hamilton has currently done more laps than any other driver today, with Mercedes concentrating on race simulations and long runs again. 11:40 am, Raikkonen really is enjoying himself. Has got his time down to 1:17.221 now, fractions off of Vettel's 1:17.182. 0.04 of a second, in fact. More quick laps could be to come, too. Brendan Hartley has gone 1:18.949 in the Toro Rosso, while Grosjean has also just fitted some hypersofts to test out Haas pace. 11:30 am, advantage Ferrari? Mercedes have responded to one fan on Twitter insisting that they don't have any hyper-soft tires in their garage. A tough challenge for Hamilton to catch up on Raikkonen, then. But then if anyone's going to do it? 11:20 am, just 20 minutes ago Ferrari said on Twitter that Raikkonen was out trying some fast laps and they certainly weren't lying. The Finn flies through to put in a 1:17.375, 0.2 off of Vettel's best time, the unofficial track record, yesterday. That came on the hyper-softs, the fastest compound, and leaves him a second quicker than second-placed Grosjean, 1:18.590. 11 am, still only 4 laps from Carlos Sainz. Renault are reportedly changing their engine in an attempt to get the Spaniard out on the asphalt as soon as possible. Meanwhile, Grosjean puts in an impressive 1:18.590 on super softs to go second quickest behind Raikkonen. 10:45 am, Raikkonen has since improved his time to 1:18.238 while Brendan Hartley in his Toro Rosso is the first driver to reach the 50-lap milestone. He also goes third fastest with a time of 1:19.572. 10:10 am, an update on timings. 1. Raikkonen, Ferrari, 30 laps, super soft tires, 1:18.298. 2. Hamilton, Mercedes, 27 laps, super soft tires, 1:19.464. 3. Ocon, Force India, 29 laps, soft tires, 1:19.691. 4. Grosjean, Haas, 39 laps, soft tires, 1:19.952. 5. Ricciardo, Red Bull, 30 laps, medium tires, 1:20.275. 6. Sirotkin, Williams, 32 laps, ultra soft tires, 1:20.757. Leclerc, Sauber, 18 laps, soft tires, 1:20.878. 8. Hartley, Toro Rosso, 40 laps, soft tires, 1:20.997. 9. Alonso, McLaren, 7 laps, no time set. 10. Sainz, Renault, 4 laps, no time set. (9:50 am), Iceman cometh. Raikkonen sets the fastest time of the day in all 3 sectors to complete an excellent 1:18.298 lap on the same super soft tires that Hamilton is operating on. That's the quickest time of testing so far on that rubber. 9:20 am, a familiar sight as Hamilton goes top with today's quickest lap so far, a 1:19.601. The Briton is still running on the super softs, 2 compounds slower than the tire used by Vettel for his rapid run yesterday. But just moments later the red flag comes out a second time. Sauber's Charles Leclerc is halted at turn 11 after a run-in with a barrier. 9 am. Earlier this week Alonso and McLaren director Eric Bleer both said that they aren't concerned by the niggling issues that the team have endured out in Barcelona. That optimistic attitude could begin to change at this rate. They had to change engines, losing several hours of running, due to a leak on Wednesday, remember, and it looks as though they're set for another frustrating day today. If Australia was tomorrow it's okay, were Alonso's exact words just a couple of days ago. 8:55 am, not another one? We have the day's first red flag and unsurprisingly it's for McLaren, who have stopped at turn 7. Fernando Alonso is out of the car with an oil leak, a suspected cause of the Spaniard's stoppage. 8:15 am, the green flag came out at 8 am and a few cars have filtered out at the Circuit de Catalunya so far, including Lewis Hamilton and Daniel Ricciardo. Yesterday's running saw Sebastian Vettel, absent today after completing an eye-watering 188 laps yesterday, set the fastest time this track has ever seen, albeit unofficially, with a 1:17.182 lap. The first week of testing saw world champion Hamilton set the week's fastest time, 0.3 faster than Vettel. So can the Silver Arrows respond to Ferrari's pace today? Hamilton's fastest so far is a 1:21.720, running on ultra-soft tires. 8 am, here's your driver's lineup for today's action. Mercedes, Lewis Hamilton, AM, Valtteri Bottas, PM, Ferrari, Kimi Raikkonen Red Bull, Daniel Ricciardo McLaren, Fernando Alonso Force India, Esteban Ocon Renault, Carlos Sainz, AM, Nico Hülkenberg, PM, Williams, Sergei Sirotkin, PM, Lance Stroll, PM, Toro Rosso, Brendan Hartley Haas, Romain Grosjean Sauber, Charles Leclerc. 7:45 am, good morning and welcome back for the final day of F1 winter testing ahead of the 2018 season. We're only a fortnight away from the first race in Australia. Can any teams finish pre-season by putting down a marker today?